Hey, I'm just adjusting the camera and I will be right there to read your cards. Okay, Aries, before we start, I want to tell you I have been sleeping a lot and not very well. But when I'm asleep, it's as if there's interlopers in the dream. I don't know if you're having the same experiences or not, but if you are, try to put some crystals, program them around your house to keep interference away, astrally and physically. And the song I've been hearing all day today, it's been two songs, and one of them is, I don't know what the song is, but the line that keeps repeating in my head is something about a candy shop. I don't know. I don't know the song. I don't know the music. All I hear is candy shop, over and over and over. And the other song is something I think by Conjure One, but I'm not sure. It's called Under the Gun, and the line that keeps repeating is, "What have I done? What have I done?" And then it switches to candy shop, what have I done? What have I done? I don't know if that means anything to you, but it's been driving me a little bananas today. And as soon as I clicked live and entered your title in the video, it started. Like it stopped. As soon as the video started, the music in my head stopped. So let's see what you need to know, Aries. By the way, check where Aries is in your chart. This reading is going to be applicable to that area of your chart. So if it's in your relationship sector, this reading will probably be about your relationships with anything, etc., etc. If you want this reading to be specific for something you want to ask about, pause it, breathe deep for a few minutes, and set your intention. Really tune in with the energy of the reading. That way you're hearing what you need to hear and not what you want to hear, you know? Okay. This is timeless and it's relevant from when you're watching it until you wake up again. So it's not really 24 hours because people have different sleep schedules. It just depends on when you go to sleep and wake up. What does Aries need to know today? Four of Pentacles. I'm hearing sirens outside, along with the Four of Pentacles being a very vulnerable person holding on to something and battling a lot of confusion and emotional energy being sent your way. So someone could be sending you a lot of like psychic interference that you are feeling vulnerable against and asking for help. I want you to affirm to yourself that you are loved, that you're protected, that you are worthy of being on this planet, that you're worthy of being alive, that you have a good heart. These energies can't really get to you if you're at a vibration that's higher than their highest vibration. You know what I mean? Like if someone that's in this mood, in this vibration, isn't going to be dealing with someone with this vibration. And with the Six of Wands showing up, it's basically saying your efforts of holding on and standing your ground, seeing through the bullshit, seeing through the illusions, learning how to harness your energy and do the right thing with your energy, with your actions, your choices. It's leading you to a vibration that brings those people in your life that had been harassing you in some way on your side. Instead of being something you're facing and opposing or battling, they become just faces in the crowd. The Four of Pentacles can also mean that you're building a foundation for something and you're afraid of loss. And if you keep fearing that loss, you'll get to the Five of Pentacles regardless of what new opportunity shows up. But if you're cognizant of vulnerability being your strength, then you can take those Four Pentacles and work on them to create balance by giving to others, which then brings to you the Seven of Pentacles, the reward of the seeds you've planted by giving to others and allowing yourself to receive, which then goes to the Eight of Pentacles, allowing you to work on your financial stability with others so that you can have your independent life with the Nine of Pentacles, so that you're a stable parent, guardian, lover, friend for the Ten of Pentacles, family situation, chosen family or biological. So right now you're at a point in your life where you're being asked to see through the BS, to claim your power, and to be that bitch, that guy, that boss, whatever. Claim your power. These people are needing leadership. And I don't mean in the way where it's like you rule the country or something. I mean like each tribe, each soul that's incarnated anywhere has a tribe. These people, Lily, that is literally the worst place you can cross right now. No, no, no. These people are simply interference to keep you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. The minute you do what you're supposed to be doing, these people become your allies, whether you want them to or not. It's like having subscribers on a channel where they only watch your videos to get information to put it on their channel, but they don't like say thank you. They don't leave a like or anything. They just show up and take what they want, and then they go to their channel and make money from it. The minute you claim your stuff, it's kind of like you break the illusion of the clones that are around you, the copy paste people. And then the real public sees you for who you are, and you get to continue riding on, doing your own merry thing, even butt crack naked. Some of you have a really beautiful body and you hide it. You shouldn't. Five of Pentacles. You can keep praying. You can keep worshiping. You can keep begging. You can keep manifesting. You can keep doing all the work you want to do. But if you are not ready to establish your dominance in your own life, to be the main character in your own life, then you're going to be bowing at the feet of any statue, any icon, any deity, begging them to give you what you can simply claim. Why does that fifth pentacle have to be sad? Why? Why do you have to feel left out because there's a Five of Pentacles? I'm not even going to read this as if there's a cross watch or anything. This is for you, Aries, and you, just you. It has nothing to do with anybody else in regards to this being advice to them. You should not allow yourself to be weakened by the lies and manipulation of people who are out to steal what's yours because they don't want to put in the work for themselves. And really, if you're at the feet of the Mother Goddess, do you really think she's going to give you money? Or she's going to point out that you already have 5 pentacles. Why don't you give some to someone else so it becomes a 6 of pentacles and you get more? It doesn't matter if you feel selfish doing it or not. You're helping somebody else. Like, look at that snake. You think that snake cares if like people think of it as bad or good? It knows who it is and what it's worth and what it's capable of. It doesn't wait for somebody to scar it or to hurt it for it to shed its skin. It sheds its skin because it wants to change and improve. Look at things differently, Aries. Just because you're in a situation where you're isolated, alone, left out, confused, people messing with you, people celebrating, messing with you, it's not something that you should allow to bring you down. I know that sounds hard to do because I let people sometimes really mess with my emotions, but I learn from it. And when I learn from it, I do something with it. I improve myself. So don't allow seeming poverty or isolation or being shut out or ghosted to affect you day to day more than it needs to for you to learn that lesson of being able to stand up for yourself without hurting other people or without insulting other people. So 4 pentacles, 7 of cups, confusion, holding on, fear, money, things you don't know are going to work out or not, but they will. 6 of wands. And even though you know you're going to be fine and better than fine, there's still this 5 of pentacles. So this is something internally you have to work on with your belief system in regards to why do you feel that you need to be at the mercy of something or someone else, whether it's an employer or a god, for you to have money or to feel included. The world in reverse. This lesson has been going on in your life for a very long time. And you're really being asked to look at your beliefs regarding money, your material world. There's pentacles, the freaking planet itself, wands, which are energy, whether other people's energy or your own, and water, which is confusion and emotions and illusions and dreams and astral stuff, This lesson that you're learning on how to be independent and sovereign without bowing before a deity to give you food or shelter or water, but instead being grateful that you have been given the strength to endure, to persevere, and to grow and evolve through the hardships. I cannot stress this enough. It's imperative that you change the way you look at things and take that power away from the people that are putting poverty in your mind perpetually. Even if you're living in a box and you're watching this on some TV somewhere else, you have everything you need because you are a child of the infinite creator. You have everything you need, but you cannot be a millionaire when you're sitting there fighting battles with peasants. Look, do you really think this bitch over here, this Queen of Pentacles, is going to be sitting there like that? This is her past. This is her now. And this is what people want you to believe is happening so that you can stay in this and they can walk off with your money or your energy. This planet grows food. It has shelter. It has empathy. It is connected to the entire universe. What makes you think you're isolated? Recognize what that is and transmute it. What did I tell you? You're working towards a 9 of Pentacles. Maybe you are working towards your 9 of Cups too, but you're not going to find it in the arms of someone else. As soon as you look at this poverty monster and realize it's your own fear of not being who you are or not being allowed to be who you are due to a lack of money. As soon as you recognize that, it changes. The snake sheds its skin and you get more pentacles. I'm not sure how else to explain this. Ace of Wands. Take the initiative, Aries. Take the initiative, ram that poverty demon in the butt with your horns and say, you are not a poverty demon. You are the thing that reminds me to be humble. I'll grab 2 more cards and we'll pull out some oracle cards. What else does Aries? Oh, 2 cards. Thank you. 6 of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's something you need to revisit mentally. So we have 4 of Wands and the 8 of Swords in reverse. This is great news because a part of you is already establishing that you're not poor. You've been using your money in the incorrect way for your life. Maybe you've been spending it on a lot of addiction type things like drinking, smoking, partying, whatever you're doing. Maybe you've been stuck at home for so long that you've been like buying a bunch of random junk and your money is just going to that. Switch it, put the money towards something that will make you money. Maybe things you could resell, maybe like crystals you can turn into jewelry. I don't know, notebooks you can write stuff in, like make an Amazon book that says like, I don't know, household tips, something. You have all this time and you have all this energy to do something with. And these people want to confuse you so you don't do anything and be stuck in your head with this poverty consciousness. All the while, God, source, is giving you energy and they're just draining it while you think you're not getting anything. From the 6 of Wands to the 4 of Wands. Aries, sometimes when we need to be who we are, we have to get rid of some things. So if we look at the 4 and the 6, there's 2 wands missing. 1 wand is the energy brought to you from the Ace of Wands, right? Or a Page of Wands bringing you a message. So there's little communication. The other wand is usually depicted in the 2 of Wands, where you're supposed to get out of your comfort zone, to establish a dominion somewhere in your life, a foundation, the start of a boundary. You've been trying to create something with people that don't want to create with you. And that's been keeping you in a place where that energy is being wasted. So if you flip it around with the World card and realize you're fine on your own, you don't need to get out of your comfort zone. You're exactly where you need to be. You don't need an entourage. They need your wisdom. The entourage needs you. You don't need them. As soon as you accept that, you free yourself because you don't need anybody else. Trust me, I know. I've been alone most of my life, and the people in my life have been paid actors. Let's get a fairy oracle. What advice do you have for Aries regarding this? What can they do physically, tangibly in this now day, in this now moment? The Dreamer. I'm not sure if it's focusing or not. I'm hoping it has. It says number 28, The Dreamer. Visions, trance, and apparitions. So first thing I want to tell you is maybe go, I don't know if you've ever heard of an ayahuasca ceremony. You might want to, look into that. Maybe some kind of a shamanic journey of some kind, a vision quest you can go on, preferably with someone watching you, like a babysitter of a kind. Maybe you just need to really go deep into meditation or take a nap with the intention of seeing what you need to see in that nap. like during your sleep state. This is definite guidance. The 2 plus 8 is 1, which is your ability to connect with the source. Maybe you got to use your imagination more. Start really training your inner vision. Start being able to get yourself into a trance state on command. Monks do it, so can you. Look at this. This was mixed into this deck. They're not even in the same pile. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. Wow, how did that even get in there? I haven't even drawn Kuan Yin for days. I haven't even used this deck in forever. Well, the Goddess Oracle deck. It's right over there, underneath all that. And I pulled this deck from up here. So have compassion with yourself. You have no idea really what's going on. And once you go on the spiritual, your inner journey, your meditation, you'll see how you've been punishing yourself for being in the position you've been in. And Kuan Yin is asking you, have compassion for yourself, dude. You've been through hell and back. You have conquered more than you realize. You don't give yourself any fucking credit. You don't take care of yourself the way you should. And you hang around people who just get an ego boost from being around you because you're fucking amazing. So, curiosity breeds compassion is the line on the bottom of this card. And we ask for advice. The advice is go on a vision journey, get yourself into a meditative position, talk to your spirit guides, maybe do some form of divination in a protected environment, and then have compassion and curiosity. Stop looking at what's going on in your life as if you're being punished or being controlled or being manipulated or being lied to or whatever the society and social media wants you to believe, and really have compassion and curiosity for yourself. Who are you? And what are you doing on this world? Not for anybody else right now, just for you. Because you can't be of service to other people if you're in this state of mind. So what do you want to do, Aries? It doesn't matter how other people think about it or whatever. I mean, you can make a new butter knife for all I care. What brings a smile on your face? Where in the world do you feel at home when there's no one around? And I don't mean your apartment or your home. Where in the outside world do you feel at home? Is it in a zoo? Is it with birds? Is it with nature? Is it with gardening? Is it at a fruit market or a farmer's market? Is it working with reptiles? Is it working with blades, knives, maybe jewelry making? Maybe you're really good at being a life coach or something else. Like you give really good advice. You help people see through illusions. Maybe you're a kung fu teacher or something, and you teach people how to harness energy, like Tai Chi and Qigong and all that. You have all these untapped talents and this passion inside you that's being suppressed by heavy earth energy of lack. And in between the lack, there is freeing yourself from the lack. There is realizing your foundation, your stability, your home within yourself without anybody else around. There is your independence and sovereignty with nature and source, regardless of all the illusions of the world. Then there's lessons that are coming back to be completed and possibly people or missing objects reappearing for you to really see, is this a part of who you are now? Four of Pentacles, feeling like you have to hold on to something and that you have nothing even to hold on to. But over on this end, it's the Eight of Swords in reverse, meaning you're free of that. As soon as you can establish that you're fine on your own and that the people around you, not all of them are meant to support you. Sometimes you have to stand your own ground by yourself with all the lessons you learned and the love of everyone you've ever had tattooed on your back. I have the symbol of hope tattooed on the lower end of my spine on my back. So at the root of everything I do, there's hope. Maybe you need to do something like that, like a symbolic thing for yourself, where no matter what you're facing, you know you're your own champion. Queen of the Darkwood Elves, premonition, foreshadowing, and mystery. 44. Oh, 40. The number 44 might have significance to someone. An oath, a promise, pledge, or contract. Number 22, which goes to a 4. And then astral, number 10, love fire, sensuality, and fertility. So as advice, these cards are reiterating the same thing. You've had premonitions about what you're going to be receiving in this world, and possibly even the possible future outcomes. Queen of the Darkwood Elves. You somehow are meant to lead a lot of people, but I don't think you realize how you're supposed to lead them. I think part of you knows that you're supposed to help people find the light in the dark, or to see the dark as light. Because look, you made a promise, an oath to yourself and with God when you came in here. 22 plus 4, 40 is like 4 plus 4, basically 44 or an 8. A cycle is going to continue until you learn how to heal yourself and be the healer for others. You took an oath, you made a promise, you made a pledge. For what? To be more like this. More sensual, more passionate, more fiery, more confident, more healthy ego, you know? Even using some narcissistic traits for the benefit, like using them against the narcissist if you're dealing with it. Let them call you whatever they want to call you. You know what's really going on. So use that energy, use that love fire. What else does Aries need to know? Aries, sit up straight. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Because you took an oath, pledge, to come here to do something. It's time to do that thing. Whatever it is. And if you don't know what it is, it's as simple as the ever unfolding rose. Whatever you think it is, it's not. But do it anyway, because it'll lead you towards what it is. And once you do all this stuff, looking back like 6 months, you're going to realize you've been doing it all along, and every single part of it was part of this process. Trust your path. Trust yourself. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Sometimes the people that mess with us the most are there to have us get so fed up that we do what we're supposed to do. It's kind of like an annoying kid in the playground poking or pulling someone's hair, and until that person leaves or smiles or says hi or some ridiculous childish method. It feels like that. Your entourage or your harassers, which could be even in your own head, your own emotions, are pushing you to do what you're here to do for yourself first, then others. Trust the niggle. What is the niggle inside you telling you? That feeling inside you that something's supposed to be going on, you're supposed to be doing something. What does it say? What is the thing you have the most aversion to doing? You're helped, you're supported, whether you realize it or not, or accept it or not. Everyone's waiting for you to make your entrance. So, are there snacks at this waiting party? What other advice for Aries? Ask for help from the divine, and make certain the divine you're asking help from isn't a trickster snake pretending to be, your space daddy. Look, not all angels are there to help you. Some are there to poke things around to get you to move. So when you're sitting there on your knees begging God for help, it's these little things that keep pushing you into the direction you need to go and to get the help you want. Because sitting there and being like, whoa, dear Jeebus, dear God, dear whatever, give me money, give me this, give me good health, give me this, give me that. It's not just going to plop right in front of you, is it? Because you got to trust it. And then take step by step until you see the fruition of your request. Sensitivity is a gift. Remember in the beginning, I was telling you that this person feels vulnerable? That's the gift. You asked for help. You've been made to feel vulnerable. Some of you are being bullied by others. It could be time to seek professional help against certain people. Maybe some of you need a lawyer or a doctor or a judge or a teacher. I just saw a bunch of people at a preschool talking to the teacher about something their kid's going through. So maybe you're going through something and you should really ask for help from somebody in a field of study or profession that isn't going to, how do I say this? Talk to somebody who knows about energy and how the human mind and spirit works instead of somebody who memorized the DSM or manual for mental illnesses or whatever. I was just putting the cards back in this deck and cutting it, and the King of the Darkwood Elves came out. We had the Queen of the Darkwood Elves. Authority, credibility, and status. The number 39, which goes down to a 12. Someone's definitely entering your life to assist you. Someone that has authority, someone very credible, and someone of status. This person is going to help you greatly to be ready for what you deserve to have in your life and what you've earned. But this king doesn't want to deal with this. This king wants to see this so he can make her his queen, because she already feels like a queen or an empress. He or she, whatever. Okay, let's do another quick spread with the Moonology. What else does Aries need to know? Any signs, any advice? A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So whenever the new moon in Libra is, or maybe just in September, October time, if you can follow this advice, you will have something glorious here in your life, something that transmutes what you've been through into a memory instead of a scar. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So in the next 2 moons, yeah, because this one's a full moon, Leo, don't let pride get in your way. So by the next 2 moons, let's see what's coming. So let's say you are vibrating high, you're dealing with your stuff, and you've established your self-confidence and your new clothes, your new self, your makeover and all that, right? You've established that you have multiple aspects to yourself and all of them are worthy. Even the one who complains and criticizes, that one's worthy too. King of Wands, another king. So you've established all that stuff. Then it's time to take action on it, right? So now that you're really who you are, what do you do next? Instead of being the vulnerable Four of Pentacles trapped in your head with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups, you're going to experience something glorious by being at a vibration where something glorious can find something glorious. Because if I'm trying to attract another fluorite, but I'm using an acorn, it's not really going to work, is it? Or a pine cone or whatever. Instead, I would have to match the energetic signature of this to bring in more of this. Remember I was telling you earlier with the Seven of Cups, recognize how to utilize energy. Three of Wands. This King of Wands is waiting for you. It could be someone in your life, or it could be someone coming into your life, or it could be a confident aspect of yourself that's waiting for you to embrace it and accept it. Or it's someone waiting for you to speak your truth, to be your truth, so they can come in and stand with you instead of against you. Notice how his sword is by his face. That's usually a sign of, well, it used to be a sign of respect. And another king, a King of Pentacles. Aries, you're going to have a lot of money coming in and a lot of people to support you in between the next two moons. A lot. What else is coming in for Aries in the next two new moons? So it'll be a new moon, then a month for the full moon, and then right after the full moon, there's a few days, and then you get the new moon. So within the next 35 days, maybe, you get your new beginning. The Seven of Cups again. Okay, so this is a cycle, and the Six of Wands again. Three of Pentacles underneath. So this is a cycle for your life. You seem to be going through phases of confusion, new beginnings, people helping you, you waiting, and then things coming in to help you, you being established, and then you being confused again and doing it all over. Confident, waiting, doing something, got it, doing it with the thing, starting over, boom, there's confusion. There wouldn't be confusion, though, if you took the mask off, carried the wisdom of your ancestors with you, and really look at the things, people, and energies taking from you what's yours. You can't hide from them. You can't pretend they're not going to be there. You can't ignore a bully. It won't go away that way. Luckily, the world is right side up this time. So you will learn this lesson in a very Six of Wands yet again. You will learn this lesson in a very good way, in a very unfucking believable. Wow. That's what's keeping you stuck. The one inside you. Or some kind of trickster deity. You will recognize it. You will work with others to fix this. And you will be freed of it. Ten of Swords. And right after that, the Knight of Wands. And then the fun starts. Aries, 5 of Cups after the Knight of Wands. Be careful with a fire sign coming into your life that is trying to tell you that everything's going to be like hunky-dory. Or if someone's trying to offer you something that seems way too good to be true and it's coming in quick, be wary of that. 6 of Wands, the Devil, 8 of Wands after that. 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Knight of Wands, 5 of Cups, the Empress. So it ends with a good card, the Empress. But for some of you, there's really an energy in your life that's present there now that you're not looking at. This Knight of Wands is not looking in the same direction as this Devil card. It's kind of like you're avidly, purposefully not looking at the thing that's dragging you down. Some of you really want to reconnect with someone, but you think you screwed up and you can't do it no more. This person could have brown hair and like the color purple, because they listened to 3 other people that led them towards the end of something instead of the beginning of something. Aries, as advice, and in between these 2 new moons, you're being given the opportunity repeatedly to improve your life, your finances, your health, your circle of friends, your inner circle of people, and the people you really, really associate and work with, and the people you share your sexual and emotional energy with. There are things such as emotional affairs and physical affairs, as well as spiritual affairs and astral sex. So be careful. I don't know how to tell you to be careful other than telling you to be careful because it's your life. I don't know what resources you have at your disposal. But there's definitely something coming to an end that has to do with a form of sexual addiction or an addiction or constriction of some kind. It's being made known to you in between the next 2 new moons by 2 king figures and 3 people that just say something on the side, like maybe you're at a grocery store and you hear people over talking. It'll help you see how many mistakes you've made in your life so that you can move towards a better version of yourself. You've been too logical in your mindset and too sexual in your energy. There's not really a balance of anything here. The only cups are the cups of confusion and the cups of regret and sorrow. There's no real feminine energy here other than the world. And everything else seems to be a dominant masculine energy that is controlling. You're going to break free of it. If you want to, if you choose to, you can do this right now. You just have to make that choice. Sometimes it's not easy, but I mean, if it was easy, you would have done it already. So you have to level up. You have to strengthen your resolve. You have to experience life more. I'm looking at this Fool card, and he's out prancing and partying while the devil's underneath him looking at him, sending him a Knight of Wands to seduce, like an incubus succubus energy, just to keep you from this new beginning. This new version of yourself, I should say. Because every moment is a new beginning. All you have to do is choose it. Let's ask the fairies. What advice do you have? Master Maker. Bro, I'm right. I'm telling you, it's time to improve who you are. Honesty. It's time to be honest with yourself, and what you're hearing here is honesty. You must improve yourself. Basic 5 of Cups energy again. Being limited of your natural potential and power, and being asked to let that go So you're being made aware of the problem and being asked to be the solution without causing conflict. It's kind of like someone saying to an alcoholic at an intervention where they're like, "Oh, we think you have a drinking problem and you should, stop drinking." And the person, instead of getting pissed off or crying or running away, they're like, if you guys are telling me this, then there's something within me that I need to look at before I tell you that no, and run in denial. You know what I mean? Especially if people are treating you unjustly, there's a reason why. And it has nothing to do with them hating you. It has everything to do with them trying to get you to do what you're here to do. The numbers 4, 8, 5, 11, 11 could be relevant. Or 111. What other? Oh, look. He of the fiery sword. Yet more truth being spoken. More truth being revealed. You're seeing things clearly. You know what you want. You're going to go for it. You know what your weaknesses are. You know where your kryptonite spots are, your Achilles heel. And you're improving. Because you know you're divinely protected. Even if you're speaking in the name of a false God, the real God hears you. And they're all faces of the real God. You just want to make certain that you're at a vibration where you're dealing with a high vibrational version of the infinite creator instead of someone who's like Loki, you know? Improve thyself, see the lies, tell the truth, unconstrain yourself, unrestrain yourself, maybe stop being so inhibited. Definitely take a bath, a salt bath, put some herbs in it, go be near water, communicate with nature and the trees. And whatever you think your problem is, physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, it simply doesn't matter. What matters is that you get out of that problem and do something that someone without that problem would do. Stop fighting it and just walk away from it and do something better. So if you're constantly claiming a disease as your own, like you're saying, "Oh, it's my I don't even want to say it. Like it's my quote unquote some illness," right? You put the "my" next to it. Nothing can take that away from you. If you keep claiming it, it can't be taken from you. So if you're sick, stop claiming that sickness as your own. Get out of bed, clean yourself off, and go sit outside. Because a sick person wouldn't go sit outside. They'd sit in bed, sniffling, crying, whining, eating soup. So if you can, go sit outside, even if it's just for 16 seconds. Break the pattern of you being negative vibrations and bring it towards positive. Even if you're sitting there eating a full-on feast for 5 people by yourself, even if you're going out like having a glass of wine and eating, Italian food somewhere at a restaurant by yourself. If you're going to watch a movie, do the 10 of Cups by yourself and people will join you. People that actually want to experience your vibration of 10 of Cups. You know what I mean? Like Lily's idea of a 10 of Cups is far different than my idea of a 10 of Cups. So if Lily's having a party, she's going to have way different guests than I would. What's your 10 of Cups? Why aren't you building that foundation up? And if you are, keep at it. You're doing great. The only thing that has been repeating from source as a message here is you have to get out of the old skin and into the new. You can't be the child version of yourself while you go to work, because that's abusing your inner child. You can't be in a marriage and live your life in the marriage as a 5-year-old, 7-year-old wounded inner child leading that marriage. Many have tried, all have failed. There comes a time in our life where we have to establish and accept that we need to grow up. And it doesn't mean giving up on your inner child. It means recognizing that you are the adult and your inner child is a part of you, and that you should honor it by being the adult your inner child needs. Not what your neighbors or your family needs, but what your inner child needs. Once you can establish a healthy routine in your life for that inner child, your life is going to improve drastically. Rar. There's a lot of energy being given to you, Aries, from Source. Don't waste it and don't squander it binge watching or binge eating something. Do what you need to do for yourself to feel better immediately and do something productive in that state. It doesn't matter if all you did today was vacuum the floor or clean the dishes or manage to get out and sit in the grass for 5 minutes. I'm proud of you. Keep at it. Keep going. You can do it. I know you can fucking do it because everyone on this planet has a story. Everyone in existence has a story. And not one of them, when given the choice and faced by God, when God would say, "Are you done? Or do you want to keep going?" How many of you would choose to be done if it was really the final decision that you're done? And if you're not done, why are you complaining and whining about your life situations when you have the potential and the ability to improve it, even if it means going in a different direction? So maybe, like me, for example, I've been doing card readings for a while and my channel hasn't really grown. Maybe I can mix it up and do something else, right? What about you? What are you doing that you like doing, but it's not really working the way you've been doing it? Switch it up, do something different, add to it. Maybe you're like a baker and you don't really utilize a lot of like real fruit in your baking. Maybe you should look into different recipes of different cultures and ethnicities and see what they do. I know Assyrians do great things with fruit and dried fruit and like marmalades, jams, berries, fruit roll up type things, lots of delicious things. Because that culture, ethnicity is really close to the earth. Whereas someone in like a coastal town is really good with fish, and crabs and shrimp and mollusks and stuff like that. So whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're in or you want to be in, you don't have to do it in a way where everyone else is doing it. You got to do it your way. And if you're not doing it your way, then someone else is going to try to copy it, but they're going to fail because there's only one of you. And you can't fail when you're doing you. So, what can you do to become an explosive force, a star of light in your own reality? Because you have the potential. Everybody does. But we make choices based on emotions that have been projected onto us due to life circumstances and situations, which keep us in a mental state of what's the point sometimes, or oh, this is good enough. Well, if it is good enough, you obviously have enough energy to say it's good enough, and then you go do something else. Maybe add a little more to it. Just one little thing. Maybe just add a little sage to that spaghetti. Maybe some rosemary to that cupcake. Maybe like add an extra sentence to your book. I don't know. Whatever it is, take it a step further. Because you're going to be helping a lot of people. But you must be doing it in your energy, in your vibration, and your way, without hurting anybody else. What they do is their choices. What you do is your choices. If you see things wrong, correct it. Stand up for the little guy. Do what you can to help the world. First and foremost, make sure your garden is tended, your shoes are on, you have socks, you have pants or a skirt, you have food in your belly and your fridge, your home is clean, you've taken the garbage out, you vacuumed, your walls are wiped out and clean, your door is blessed and enchanted, and your bedroom is organized, and your closet, all your clothes are hung up, and you have room for more. If that's not your baseline of a clean and tidy home where you have all your basic needs met, then you need to work on other things to make sure that happens. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the world. And the world isn't going to take care of you because they're busy taking care of themselves. Oh, Aries, turn this shit around. Look at that. Look at that cute little chubby smile. You have all the forces of the universe waiting for you. Some of you could be having a child, a pregnancy, and you want to bring a child into a home that is healthy, not a home that, you know, has pounds of dog fur for that baby to breathe in. Like, make sure you're cleaning things up and organizing and checking on your friends. All right, Aries. I think that's it. Is that it? Let's do one more card from here. Shine. Step into the light. You are a gift to the world. Become a loving mirror to yourself and then to others. Today for tomorrow in reverse. So focus on right now. You don't want to trade today for tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. It's always now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Oh yeah. This is 3 decks, by the way. It's not just one. It's the Magic Mirror, Miracle of something. No, Grace cards, Black Mirror, and the Magic of You. I love these Oracle decks. I love you, Aries. Take care of yourself, please. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.